Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is in some ways similar to California. You have two cities or metro areas, and then nobody cares at all about the rest of the state. And for Pennsylvania, the saying is you've got Philadelphia on the east, Pittsburgh in the west, and Alabama in the center. And people are trying to be rude, saying it's a bunch of hicks. But it's not a good comparison, because Alabama has a NASA facility, and Pennsylvania is famous for two things in the center of the state. One of them is a child molester who's a football coach, and the second is a school district that sued to not teach evolution, right? So it's not a great place. And the town that I lived in was 95% white, and with that kind of concentration of white folks, you know that there's a serial killer there, right? And we ended up moving out here. I wanted to get into tech, and it was tough to find a place. We ended up in a neighborhood in San Jose, and it was a big change for me. There was a lot of people from China and India and Vietnam, and I hope I don't sound racist, although I realize saying that's probably not a good sign. Okay, all right, I'm just going to say it. The food here is so much better. Holy shit. Everything in central Pennsylvania is bland. You go to the Taco Bell, you ask for a taco, it's a piece of white bread with unseasoned beef. So here, there's just so much good stuff, all sorts of cuisine, lots of flavor, spice if you want it. If you ask for something spicy at another restaurant in PA, we've got some expired mayonnaise, we can put that on, but it's super weak. But obviously moving out here and trying to find housing was a challenge. When I saw the prices, I was like, wait, is this in California dollars? Or are these real numbers? And it turned out it was. And I did some research. For a 2-bedroom in Silicon Valley, if you spent that same amount of money in central Pennsylvania, you could actually get a super villain's lair inside a volcano. And I found that out for real because I ended up being a temp for Elon Musk, and he was looking for a place. But it's I like being out here. Like I said, I work in tech, and people, when they heard I was from central Pennsylvania, were kind of a dick. They'd be like, oh, did you have internet there? And I go, asshole, America Online is everywhere. I do like California, though. It's been interesting learning about the state. If you want an excuse for getting out of half a day of work, there's something very California, which is you just say, hey, I have a DMV appointment at 9 a.m., but I'll be in right after that. And then you can roll in at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you cannot even show up. And when people see you, they'll just be like, oh man, I'm so sorry, the DMV sucks here. And it's great, people feel sorry for you. And then you can even say, oh yeah, and they fucked up the paperwork. I gotta go back. And no one will blink an eye. You can't do that in other states that have a functional local government. Actually, back in PA, if you said that, they'd be like, oh cool, so you'll make the 9:30 meeting. One other thing that strikes me weird about Silicon Valley versus PA is they're really into motivational speakers. I've had one motivational speaker the whole time I lived in PA. Here, they bring them in every quarter. And I don't understand them. They're interesting stories. We had Bethany Hamilton. I don't know if people are familiar with her. She was a surfer in Hawaii. And when she was 13 years old, she had her arm bitten off by a shark. And she kept on surfing. Not that day. She had to take a time off. She had to, heal up. She's not like Deadpool, where it just kind of grows back, baby arm, and bigger. But within a year, she was surfing again at such a high level. She won a national championship. And that is tough, right? When you got one arm to balance on a surfboard, I can balance on a surfboard, but not if it's in the water, right? So I was what she did was amazing, and I'm impressed, but it doesn't make me want to work harder. And then we had another guy come in, another cool story. He was a blind man that summited Mount Everest. And like, that's crazy, because usually you see them using like 2 ice axes. He's got like 1 ice axe and like a fucking cane. I didn't know for a minute. I was like, how does he know he went up Everest? Maybe his friends are like, oh, listen, that's a cool idea, but like, that's a lot of work. We'll just take him up Mission Peak and tell him. But there was a documentary, so I'm pretty sure he went. And another cool story, and I went up afterward to talk to him. I said, hey, that's amazing, being blind. You did a crazy summit, and but he was kind of a dick, to be honest. I went for the high five, and he just left me hanging. But I don't understand that like none of these cool stories makes me want to work harder. Like I'm not like watching and be like, bravo. Now after seeing that, I'm going to be the best Verizon iPhone accessory salesperson this state has seen. Right? Yeah. Now, if they want to have a real motivational speaker, they need to have someone that I can relate to, right? Someone who gets up on stage and says, well, I was a pretty low-level employee, average. I got like meets expectations most of the time, but I goofed off too much and they fired me. And now I've lost my apartment and my family and my health care and my dog. And I'm like, shit. And then he goes, you know what, they're not even paying me cash to be here. They're giving me a coupon for urgent care. I hope that helps with my cancer. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want that to be me. Like, if I heard that, I'd be like, okay, I'm motivated. I'm not gonna, no more DMV excuses. I will like put my shoulder to the grindstone. I will spreadsheet the fuck out of things. Like, that would really motivate me. So I hope people learn what will motivate. Now, another thing in California is it's big on being eco-friendly, and some of that stuff I'm down with, right? Like I use the canvas reusable shopping bags, and they're good. Like I feel like I'm healthy when I'm walking out of the store with them. It feels like I loaded it up with like kale and quinoa. I'm like, yeah, it's really Oreos and ice cream, but to me, it feels good, right? As long as they're not any of them poking out over the top. So I'm down with that. And like metal straws, I'm on the fence. Like, if plastic straws are hurting sea turtles, metal straws are really going to fuck them up. Keep on buying everything, and they're expensive. And then there are some things that I'm just like, who the fuck thought of this, right? I did the canvas reusable condom. Oh my god. That is like the worst case of rug burn. Okay, well I'm going to pretend that that's my time. Thank you very much.